Колеги, ми продовжуємо робочий день.
Dear colleagues, we are going to listen to the briefing of ATO zone presidential speaker, Lysenko. Good afternoon, esteemed colleagues. Yesterday in the ATO zone, the reigned quiet, reigned silence. Over the last 24 hours, there was exemplary sticking to the ceasefire regime. There was no firing on the part of our enemy on our positions. There were not a single flight of drones of the enemy's drones over our territory. Yesterday, none of the Ukrainian soldiers was killed, and only one serviceman of Ukraine was wounded as a result of ripping the tripwire that happened near Stanitsa Luganska. Also near Shastia, as a result of an explosion of the tripwire with a grenade, a civilian was wounded. May I remind you that both populated areas are close to the contact line, on the contact line. Due to the dangerous situation, the experts of the state service for emergencies and the mine experts in the different military units, they actually exert all the efforts in order to clean the territory from all the mines. They already worked on 7 hectares of territory, and they eliminated 8 explosive objects. The SBU detained in Kharkov a woman, so member of subversive group, was nicknamed Fox Lisa. She was part of the subversive group, headed and financed from territory of Russia by the ringleader of this organization, Aplot, Evgeny Zhilin, and of course she was detained. She also was recruited. This lady was recruited to the illegal armed formations in November last year. SBU employees also stopped the activities of another conversion center. They eliminated the center, which actually provided services for more than 150 enterprises. Also, they blocked the activities of the quasi-financial establishment organized by the gang formations of LPR on occupied territories. The militants and their followers accumulated the funds from different sources, and then they transferred them to the accounts in Ukrainian bank institutions. Now later, the special couriers were just taking the money from the deposit accounts, and they used almost 25 million hryvnia, and also they financed the gang formations of LPR. They seized about 500,000 hryvnia in their accounts, and over 3.7 million hryvnia were blocked in their accounts. Also, the SBU employees stopped the activities of a number of the robbers who systematically were stealing the non-ferrous metals from infrastructure. They used the military weapons. They seized from those criminals 2 grenade launchers RPGs, 3 hand grenade, 2 grenades for the sub-barrel grenade launchers, and the big number of the cartridges of 45 millimeter caliber. Rotation Ukrainian servicemen continues in the ATO zone. In the Dnipropetrovsk region, there was a ceremonious meeting of the servicemen who returned after they took care of their combat task in Donbass. They were welcomed by their friends, their near and dear, representatives of the local authorities, etc. Also, there was a rotation of the law enforcement officers from the Volyn region. The guys who went to this east of Ukraine and then served in the ATO zone also know for sure their tasks and their missions, which they have to take care of over there. Also, at the same time, another team of the Zhytomyr militiamen were sent to the ATO zone. They're going to take care of the public order in the different populated areas and the checkpoints. After a short ceremony of farewell ceremony, they went to Donbass. Also, they continued to deliver humanitarian assistance to the occupied territory. We are talking about the 13 trucks which carried the construction materials, food products from the International Committee of the Red Cross to Mariupol, Donetsk, and etc. In Kiev, the participants of ATO special emblem was awarded to some of the to actually 59 servicemen of the first three waves of mobilization were bestowed this special sign or this symbolic emblem, and they actually participated in the fights near Shastia, the Baltsevo, Lugansk, Mariupol, and Donetsk airport. That exhausts my briefing. So, any questions? Ksenia Dvornikov, Channel 5 TV. In OSCE report, there's such information. They registered the accumulation of the military equipment in the territory of Ukraine. Can you tell us what they're doing there? The information which they receive, I mean OSCE, a mission from their sources, we do not comment upon them. This is an official information. We also have information about other places or sites where the enemy's equipment and personnel are located. The only thing which I can add to that the information shared by the representatives of OSCE and our intelligence, in many cases they coincide, and this helps us. Can you imagine the real situation on the occupied territories? And proceeding from that, how to make calculation for the possible provocative actions on the part of the militants. Any more questions or clarification? Yeah, please. Is there any information about the change of the number of representatives of the Russian militaries or hirelings who fight in the Donbass area? Is that number decreased or this number is the same as before? We have the information about the rotation taking place there among the Russian military. Part of those go from the occupied territories to the Russian Federation, and they are being replaced. And also they continue their exercises in the tank units and the infantry units. And to speak about some actions in order to withdraw their military equipment from Donbass to the territory of Russia, we can't say that yet. We haven't noticed that. So far, the different training exercises take place there, including the Russian military guys who are present in the territory of Ukraine. Thank you, Colonel. If there are no more questions or clarifications, thank you very much indeed, and see you again next press conference 1:30.